Alright, so you banged the door very loudly twice, and what's there is someone in blue. Um, uh, I don't know what blue represents, but I know we've been. I at first I thought it that in law when we were in first got to your thing, I thought that it meant labor, but then I realized that it meant like kind of like get. It was actually then I thought it meant like get your ego in check, but But it was all right. Even if it meant get your ego in check, or if it meant labor, I would sure, you know, being from my structural position, like either way, that would be the get your it would sort of be right. I mean, it would be get your ego in check, or either way, it would kind of mean like something like that. What it would be not that different. But I know that I was just brushing my teeth, so it has something to do. I know you remote view and you know what we're thinking. I was thinking about the girl like with from the Market Street with the L on her hand, because she said like that was the first person that was one of the people I met who like introduced me to what was going on, because she said but also like that there might be different movements that like supported someone like me. Um, she was very pretty. She was like a woman, or she my age or a little older, and she said she just opened up a conversation with me and asked me like did I want to meet her for dinner. And I asked her, and she said, where do you hang out?" I said, "Well, I'm just around like these couple. I'm just like basically on the street a little bit, and then I'm renting a place, and then I'm sort of bouncing around this little area." And she said, "Yeah." She's like, "Me too." She said, "I see. I mean, one of the things she says, I just don't want to get stuck in the system." And the thing is, like, there were two things going on with her. This is what I was thinking, but I'm saying I don't know how this relates to the blue, so I'm just seeing if we could figure it out together. So I'm saying she was leaning forward, like you sent you sent a person around who was really leaning forward, but like there was something about the way her body was that like later on I realized like is sort of like doing this activity a lot, like or something like you do, like you need to sort of like lean down and lean forward to kind of get your body straightened out when you do this, but you would also have had to have a lot to say. Like someone else might not have this much to say into a camera. And she said, "Well, I just don't want to get stuck in the system." And I said, "Yeah, me neither," because I sort of thought she meant the mental health system. But I noticed she was sort of leaning forward, but then I also noticed she had an L on her hand. And the thing is, like, I thought it might mean LaRouche, because like I thought it might be like she was like a person my age, like that it was someone in the LaRouche movement, and especially because she said I want to get stuck in the system, and she said, "Do you want to meet me for dinner?" And I said, "Oh yeah." She said, "Well, we could just meet up right at this corner," and she said, like at 8, but not 8:15, but at 8, but not 8:15." And like it was an odd thing to say, but I already sort of realized that we were doing like a numerology thing, but that also it has to do with ages. So I thought she was sort of saying, I thought like God, like that's an odd thing to say unless it means the like number thing, but I thought they were kind of like ages. But first, so I didn't. But either way, it would kind of have made sense. She wants to meet me at 8, but not 8:15. Damn, but what's interesting too, though, in addition to that, is I ran into her on August 15th, which was the day you like shut down the whole city for that, like, I don't know if it was like, I still thought that much of what you were doing was an anti-capitalist experiment, like, which would facilitate moving towards like what I'm just giving it a name, would be like to National Socialism, like to us, that you'd have to be, that would be what we would learn in an ARG anti-capitalist thing, would be helpful to people who were trying to do this activity, who wanted to bring us to like civilization and out of 19th century capitalism. And but you shut down the city. Okay, so on August 15th, that day, there was no one around, everything was shut down, but I saw her picking through the dumpster, and I hadn't seen her in over a month, and she wasn't there that night. So I said, hey, I know you, like, you're the girl from Market Street. And she started screaming, like, to get out of there, to get away from her. And I was like, oh, that's weird, like, meet me at 8 but not 8:15, in addition to it's a numerology meeting or whatever. Right, I mean, but that was August 15th. So I was thinking that, and like, I said, geez, but you know what else? Speaking of the whatever else the L means, I do forget to like kind of lean forward, like, because that does. See, I have a lot of muscle and nerve problems anyway, so the sort of new experience of doing the activity and having this much to say, that kind of leaning over your body like helps take away the muscle strain. But I have a problem with forgetting. Like, I have to write everything down, but sometimes if I can't get to a pad, like, I write it on my hands. And it was weird because I was about to just put like lean forward on my hand, but I thought that's funny. Like, it made me think of the girl with the L on her hand. But then you banged the door twice and sent me to blue. Why would that be? You sent me to blue. See, I can't really put those two together. Like, one, that wasn't a political thought, so it wouldn't have been about the LaRouche movement. I mean, to that extent. I thought she was in the LaRouche movement. I thought that's what the L was. But why blue? So if blue's labor, what, I wasn't having a political thought to the extent, unless, we'll see. Well, no, if it means get your ego in check, I mean, LaRouche believes in ego stripping, which is a lot of what you do down here, which is a good idea. He also started the Labor Party, even though, like, you call a far right-wing nut if you're involved in that. He also defines liberalism as the systematic denial of the existence of an objective reality, which I think is a good formal definition of liberalism. And he started the Labor Party, but to the extent that blue means just get your ego in check about what you're thinking, I don't think that was an egotistical thing to think. I mean, writing things in my hand is because I don't. It's kind of like that movie Memento. Actually, like, people like me have a kind of forgetting problem that's really hard to explain to someone that isn't experiencing it. I have notes and like papers all over my house, like, with really things that say like brush your teeth, and I mean it's incredible the amount of, you forget obvious things, you know. But I'm not really sure what blue would mean in this case.